Here we go. The Buff Dudes cutting plan. We are on to phase 1.
Starting with legs. Oh joy.
Got to get the good stuff out of the way first, or you got to get the hard stuff out of the way first.
Yeah, definitely. And legs, I honestly have now grown to love legs over the years. I mean, always starting a new program, getting those squats in, like especially during the 5x5 phase, the prep phase, it's pretty tough. But then kind of once you get in the habit of it, once you get used to it, you actually kind of look forward to it.
Brandon love legs.
Yeah, exactly. I love legs.
It does feel good when you're done. For me personally, it's one of those things you kind of dread going into the gym, but you're always very happy once you're walking. Well, you're not really walking out of the gym, you're more like crawling, but it's like Brandon said, it's something that you need to learn to love because they are a giant part of the body. And we went from squats, basically one of, if not the best compound exercise of all time, right onto Romanian deadlifts, which is a hamstring isolation exercise. And here we go. Now we're on to barbell hack squats.
This one's a bit of an odd exercise if you're not too familiar with hack squats. You usually do them on the machine, or usually at least you see people doing on a machine. With this one, you just use the barbell, so it's the same or similar kind of positioning, but I do like this one a bit more because you're actually involving the hips in there, so you're getting some extension and flexion, where in the machine you're usually just a flat kind of bench on there, so you're not really getting a lot of hip action. And yeah, this one's definitely burn your quads.
And it's an exercise a lot of people don't know exists. They'll think, hey, I can't do hack squats because I don't have a hack squat machine, when they don't realize you can use it with a barbell. So it's an excellent alternative to the machine. Now we're moving on to the split squats, which you can see is a unilateral exercise. So we're doing one leg at a time. And on a day when we've already performed squats and hack squats, this one is hurting just a little bit. As you can see, we went a little lighter on the weight there.
Yeah, this is pretty quad/glute dominant, the split squats, and instead of walking lunges, which we normally do, we decided to do split squats, which are actually, in comparison to walking lunges, can be a bit easier because you're just stationary.
I agree, yeah. And finishing it off with some calves. You can't forget the calves. They're also a part of the legs. They're not a body part you really see, but that doesn't mean you should neglect them, especially if you're after an aesthetic look.
It's kind of like the forearms of the leg. You know, with the arms, you don't train forearms a lot, and with the legs, calves can be very neglected. So really trying to always include the calves.
And also really trying to include the abs. We got abs on every single day of our cutting program. So today we're going to be finishing up with some cable crunches.
Sometimes people have a hard time getting the proper positioning in the cable crunches. You'll see there's not a lot of flexion or extension in the back. So you really want to concentrate on the spine rather than just the hips. So some people will just move the hips, keep their back straight. With this one, you really want to try to flex in that spine, and that's going to engage the core or abs.
On to day 2, the back and biceps, getting it started with some pull-ups. One of our favorite compound exercises. If this one is proving a little too tough for you, you can switch it out with some cable pull downs or inverted rows. But we do highly suggest, if you can, eventually working your way up to pull-ups, because they are a great upper body exercise.
Yeah, definitely like to include these on pretty much almost every back workout we do, because they're just so damn good.
And it's nice because it's a body weight exercise, so you can perform them almost anywhere.
Yeah. And if 8 reps are a little too easy for you, you can always add weight, which is good. Just put a dumbbell between your legs.
Pendlay Rows. This is an explosive exercise. Some gyms may not be too happy that you're performing them, just seeing as...
Especially if you don't have the bumper weights.
That's true. Yeah, we have the bumper weights, so that's nice. It reduces the sound quite a bit. But this can be a very noisy exercise, although it's one that really does feel damn good because it is so explosive.
Yeah, speaking of explosive, you're really concentrating on that concentric contraction. So you're really kind of trying to, in a very quick manner, bring it up to the sternum, and then you pretty much just let it drop. So you're not really concentrating on the eccentric contraction of the negative portion on the way down.
Following it up with some single arm rows, which, after having performed the Pendlay Rows, you are really going to be feeling these ones big time. And like with the split squats yesterday, these are another unilateral exercise, so you're just going to be doing one side of the body. If you see a little bit of muscle imbalances, which all of us have, if you're seeing any, this is a great exercise to do because you can concentrate on maybe the weaker side a little bit.
Building the meat shield and now building the guns.
Oh yeah. Barbell curls, probably the top bicep exercise. And as you can see, we're trying to keep our elbows locked to our sides. You'll see a lot of people put quite a bit of swing on it. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple exercise.
They felt heavy. We went pretty heavy.
Did feel
I swear,
heavy.
like the next 2-3 days after those 110 curls, which I haven't done in quite a while, I was dying.
Yeah.
And especially right into now alternating dumbbell curls.
Which is another unilateral exercise. So if you have one side that's a little smaller, I know I'm a little bit left side dominant due to the fact that I'm left-handed, so I usually try to throw a few more reps on my right side to finish it off.
That's what's so great about these type of exercises, that you can always just add a couple reps to your weaker or less dominant side, and over time you'll definitely see a big difference.
Yeah, because it does say 3 sets, 15 reps, for example, on the leg raises right here, which Brandon's performing now, but that doesn't mean by any means it's set in stone. So if you feel, hey, you got a little bit more left in you, then by all means go for it.
Yeah, doing abs every day, when you don't do them or you're not used to doing them every day, you can definitely feel it, that's for sure. So I might actually not get all the 15 reps. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, if you can't get the 15 reps, then by all means, do less.
Stay hydrated and get that potassium.
Yeah, oh man.
So
those ab cramps.
That's for damn
worst.
sure.
Have you ever had an ab cramp? I mean, I hadn't had one forever, and then Hudson was telling me about he got a cramp in his abs. I'm like, what? I've never had that. I swear the next day I get one, it was like, man, that was like crippling.
It's horrible, yeah. The cool thing is your abs stay flexed.
Exactly.
You're like, oh,
yeah,
I got a six-pack.
You're hard as a rock.
Yeah, but you can't move, and you feel like, yeah, you're going to rip in half. So we're getting day 3 started off with the classic chest exercise, which is the flat bench press. And yeah, I mean, not a lot to say on this one. You want to bring it all the way down to the sternum. You want to keep that scapula retracted. A little bit of arch in the lower back, and there you go.
What really helps me is imagining like you're almost bringing your chest up to the bar, so you're going to kind of bring that chest up, push those shoulders back, and then you're going to feel a bit more activation in the chest. That always helps me, at least.
And we're moving right on to the incline close grip dumbbell press. This is going to be working the clavicular portion of the chest. Everyone has their weak points. Me and Brandon feel like maybe genetically, upper chest isn't our strong point, so we're always trying to work that a little bit. And that is a damn good exercise. That feels great. It's an alternative to another favorite of ours, which is the kneeling landmine press.
Damn right. Dips.
Awesome.
Yeah, so good. Now, it's pretty much kind of the opposite of what we were just doing with the incline press. Now, this is kind of like a decline motion, or at least it's working on kind of that more just the pectoralis major, their sternocostal position of the chest there.
You want to keep the nipples pointed down.
Yep.
You want to imagine that little sound effect if you want to. You want to have the elbows a little bit more flared, and you really want to focus on the stretch on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Now into triceps. So here we're pairing these muscle groups together, of course, with back, you do the pulling, and then the biceps because they're very similar in their secondary group. Now with the chest, doing triceps because they're also a secondary group of pushing motions. So you're already kind of warmed up, you're ready. The triceps are already kind of worked out a bit through the 45 minutes or so that it takes time to doing the chest. Now onto the single arm tricep extensions.
They're complementing each other. They're like old friends. Yeah, chest and triceps, back and biceps. And reverse skull crushers. Yeah, with this exercise you definitely want to find your weight range. Don't feel bad if you're starting at a lighter weight, because hey, just look at the exercise for a second here and tell me what could go wrong if you choose a weight which is a little too much.
Yeah, slip out of your fingers and then just crush your skull.
Yeah,
then it's true to the name, skull crushers.
Yeah, then the little weight's gonna be like whispered, no pun intended, when it smashes your skull.
Yeah. Here we go, more abs, or obliques, I should say. So I mean, yes, this is, I guess the concentration is on obliques, but realistically, the core is going to be stabilizing. And the core, of course, the lower back and also the abdominal section, abdominal muscles. Because with this one, you're doing a lateral flexion and kind of slight extension of the spine. So, I mean, you're definitely going to be feeling a bit in the lower back, too.
And this one you can feel free to use with dumbbells as well. So if cable isn't available, dumbbells, and if dumbbells aren't available, hit the cables.
Yeah.
That's nice about the gym. There's usually an alternate to every single exercise out there. We'll get some people saying, hey, I only have barbells, or hey, I only have dumbbells. You can feel free to switch it up a little bit, and you might find something new, a new alternate exercise in the meantime that you really enjoy.
And they don't make your waist bigger. That's a That's
an old wives'
I
tale.
know. Come on now. Yeah, you can definitely work them, and they're not going to explode your waist. You
And
know
you're
what I
not
mean? If
gonna-
that's the only thing you do, like, and you're eating like a crazy man, then possibly your waist.
And you're not going to sink to the bottom of the sea eating 30 minutes after, before swimming either.
Yeah, there's certain things that have been proven false over the years.
Exactly. So moving on to shoulders, overhead press, another excellent compound exercise, one of the golden 5. With this one, you really just want to keep that core tight, the knees locked in position, feet about shoulder width, and bob your head out of the way as you bring it into the top position. And after that one, we're moving right on to a unilateral exercise, which is the single arm Arnold press. And as you can see from my contorted face there, these were not easy.
They're not, especially after doing overhead press immediately before and then going right into this.
And for me last year, I had a little bit of a shoulder impingement when we did our bulking program, so I still feel like I'm working on my shoulders, getting that strength up. They feel good, thankfully, but they're weaker than, I probably got to say they've ever been. So although I feel good, it's a little, I guess, depressing in a way, thinking, man, I've lifted so much more than this in the past. But at the same time, hey, just keep going strong. Don't let that get to you, because the last thing you want to do is stop. If you got to build yourself back up to where you were, cool, but don't stop whatever you do.
Yeah, that's kind of some people's mistakes where they get unmotivated because maybe they're of course they're kind of trying to push themselves pretty far, but it takes time. So.
And through life, there's always going to be those peaks and valleys. You're never just going to be that one consistent thing. It's like anything. It's like a relationship. It's like your job. It's like being in the gym. You're going to experience some highs and some lows, and the greatest thing is to just keep pushing through with that consistency.
Because it feels damn good when you get out of that low. And then you're like,
yeah.
I have the mental capacity to bring myself back up.
Because then you get to the top of the mountain and you look down and you go, this is all mine.
Yeah, it's like whatever the sun touches is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that Lion King. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Elton John starts singing in your ear. Can you feel the God? Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff.
So epic.
So, what are we doing here?
We miss face pulls, barbell face pulls, which are great, and it's a good alternate in comparison to maybe cable face pulls, and then now the lateral raises.
So we are hitting, there's 3 heads of the deltoid, of course. With the face pulls, we were hitting the posterior, and now we're hitting the lateral. So we're getting all of them, so it's 3D delts.
A lot of those pressing motions, like overhead press and Arnold press, are going to concentrate a bit more on the anterior deltoid, or even like doing a lot of chest exercises, that's activated as well. So you got to give the posterior and the lateral head some love there, especially with those. Well, face pulls is a compound, but lateral raises are isolation.
Here we go, ending it with abs.
Bicycles.
Yeah, riding that imaginary bicycle, baby. Imagine you're just Johnny Cage. At least I believe it was Johnny Cage who did the bicycle kick in Mortal Kombat. I could be wrong. Oh, man. Oh, okay. God. Is my face red? I thought it was Johnny Cage. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well may be. And that's it. That wraps up phase 1 of our cutting plan. We're feeling pretty good. We're getting into that consistent routine. Of course, we finished the prep phase, which is the 5x5, and now we just finished the phase 1, which is 3 weeks. If you don't feel quite strong enough to go on to phase 2, then hey, by all means, stay on this one another week or 2. That's what we've gotten some questions on our main channel. People are going, Hudson, do you feel a little bummed? You're kind of at the same weight, obviously, because with the cutting plan, our whole goal is to lean out a little bit. And over the course of the last week or 2, I haven't really lost that much weight. But personally, that doesn't depress me at all, because I'm loving the fact that I'm getting into a consistent routine. Everything's feeling good right now. I'm not feeling as tired. I'm feeling stronger in the gym. I'm getting my eating habits down, and we still have weeks to go. So I'm only telling this so you can use that as well. If you're not seeing changes immediately, don't feel too bad, because if you're getting up earlier, if you're getting to the gym, if you're getting those good workouts, it's all going to come with time, and you want to give yourself time, because it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah, and don't let the scale trick you too much, because sometimes that's...
You don't want to become you don't want to become a hardcore Weight Watcher where it's just like, oh my God, oh no, I haven't went down, half a pound. It's been like 3-4 days.
Yeah. So the real reason we actually do these videos is so we can sit in the car, because it comes like a sauna, and it's like post-workout sauna time.
It's really
This is the way we really shed weight. We just sit in this fucking
time.
Car and do these damn videos, and we just sweat out all our water weight.
And me and Brandon, if you don't mind, if you excuse us, we're going to chew each other's ass out, because we got a comment on the last video saying, are the brothers fighting right now? And, I got to make a confession. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we actually secretly hate each other. We're just doing this because, you know, we have to.
Because
Like,
we sign
seconds.
contracts and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, I can't stand this guy's ass.
I know, God.
So
We're just waiting for the day where we can just disown each other.
wow, I was just joking. What are you talking about?
Oh, shit. Yeah, me too. I was just joking.
Well, stay buff. And fuck you!